You know, I've been coming in for 6 years. In 6 years, you've been sticking it to me. I want to know how come.
You don't want to know.
Yeah, I want to know how come.
You want to know?
I want to know how.
Okay, I'm going to tell you. Because you had the talent to become a good fighter. And instead of that...
Box, that's why. He's a big swinger. Okay, he's knocked a few bums out, but really he's got 40 fights. 35 of them have been against total tomato cans who can't fight back. So really, he's only had 5 fights. So if he thinks a 5-fight novice is going to land one of them big swinging windmills on my chin, then he can think again. After he feels a bit of power and a few stiff jabs in the face, his ass is going to fall out.
Instead of that...
Some of the things that nobody likes to see. Some of the weaknesses, but things that have to be seen. First of all, he likes to land that right hand. That's where his power is. That's where his confidence is. But he gets a little over anxious with it, and he does that. That might be good in your backyard during a barbecue when you get those nasty flies and fleas coming at you, but not in a heavyweight ring usually. Again, flails away with that right hand, or arm punch, chin up in the air like a land in a storm, could leave himself very susceptible to top-notch fighters.
And instead of that...
The defensive mistakes. He's a tall guy, he goes straight back. He allows his opponent to get in, but look at the arm placement. They're not in threatening position. You don't have to worry about those hands when they're up there in the air, and his legs. Again, supposed to go back with your right foot first. He goes back with his left foot. He's out of position, out of sorts, out of balance, and he could be out of luck one day.
Instead of that!
Deontay Wilder have been professional 11 years, and in their whole career they were fighting cab drivers and binmen. So I think they now realise, hang on, there's this young kid coming up 4 years after us, and he's doing it at a quicker pace, so we need to step our game up.
And instead of that... What? Tomato?
Me?
Yeah, let's face it, I run a business here, not a goddamn soup kitchen. Did you fight last night?
Yeah.
Did you win?
Yeah, 1 KO in a second.
Yeah, who'd you fight?
Spider Rico.
He's a bum.
You think everybody I fight is a bum?
Well, ain't they? You got heart, but you fight like a goddamn ape. Nothing special about you. You never got your nose busted. Well,
we risk our lives in here, so we want to make sure we get the best and the most money that's possible before we risking our lives. I mean, the head is not meant to be hit in the first place.
and instead of that...
Move this man!
Yo, what's up, fight fans? It's your man 3K the Boss, aka Mr. Two Hands Up. You know what it is, and man, it's good to be back. 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 Now let's giddy go.
Come on.
All right, man. So Dillan Whyte ain't pulling no punches, I guess, because, you know, since he can't really flex how he went on the WBC, because he needs to work with those guys, because he wants his title shot as the #1 silver champion guy. So I guess he's going to flex his muscle in other routes. Take it out on the one guy he should have been in the ring with, the one guy who shouldn't have been fighting Dominic Brazil, the one guy who should have been fighting the guy in the UK, or he would have even fought him in the USA. But, you know, he can't even be granted those rights because he's just going to keep sliding, weaseling around, and finding other opportunities to try to make ways so where he doesn't have to get in the ring with Mr. Dillan Whyte. And if you are so good, sir, why aren't you willing to see? So I'm just going to get started with the article for y'all, and you know, we going to kick it how we kick it.
Yeah.
So, fight fans, clearly Dillan Whyte feels some type of way about Deontay Wilder's opposition, and basically the guys he fights, and Dillan Whyte being who Dillan Whyte is, the kind of guys that he fights, I mean, they kind of don't add up. I mean, they don't really add up at all. As a matter of fact, you would look at it and say, man, he fights way of the lesser of the two. You know what I'm saying? It's more like men compared to mice in a sense. But, you know, hey, some guys pick other routes to be great. Other guys pick backdoor routes to look great. Because in the world of boxing, it has been permitted for you to voluntarily go out and seek other opponents like this. Or, excuse me, they will allow you to go seek other opponents that look like Hey, man, it's no shade, brother. I mean, hey, do what you do. Do exactly what you do. Whatever it is that you do, you make sure you do it to the fullest. You be the best you can be, and you be the best at it if you just can't. Because obviously, this is the type of opposition that you know he likes to cater himself and get in the ring with. I'm just merely recognizing the things that are presented to me as they come. And as I see that this was your 41st fight, your second mandatory, and he was ranked number 3, and you could have fought the silver champion, and you chose not to. I see you, playboy. In my Birdman Jr. voice, as you draped in gold with the King Midas touch. I think you're going for the look of a king, right? I believe that you blatantly let the world know that kings don't chase peasants. Kings chase kings. You wanted Anthony Joshua. But you didn't fight Anthony Joshua. Does this motherfucker look like Anthony Joshua?
No, sir.
Hell nah. Does this nigga look like Anthony Joshua?
No, sir.
Absolutely not. Man, maybe if Anthony Joshua sat in the basement all day depressed about Andrew Ruiz eating fucking Twinkies and shit and had a dermatologist issue, but nah, that ain't Anthony Joshua. I mean, look at the sad puppy dog eyes of the man that has been beat, battered, and bruises by the many personalities of social media, YouTube, Instagram, and so many other sites alike. Fans coming together, obviously actually seeing the opposition. Well, Dillan Whyte has quite frankly had enough. Especially when you're supposed to be, you know, a well-respected silver champion who's supposed to be number 1 in line to be mandatory to fight Deontay Wilder, but you don't get the opportunity. So, of course, you're going to look at things a certain way. I mean, shit, I have to look at things a certain way. But, you know, hey, man, it's the world you live in. You know, you got guys that, you know, are going to avoid certain calibers of opponents, and they're just going to scrape by, and they're going to be content doing what they're doing. Well, Mr. Whyte isn't necessarily that same guy. And let me show you why Mr. Whyte is not that same guy. Lucas Brown, tough Australian 6'5" heavyweight fighter, who was 22-0 at the time. Derek Chisora, tough fighter, fought a bunch of credible guys, willing to get in the ring with anybody. Hard-nosed guy, knocked him out. Joseph Parker, whose only loss was to Anthony Joshua, who had to fight him to a decision. And Mr. Dillan Whyte went in the ring and KO'd him. And we all know this guy, Big Femi, former unified heavyweight champion, 22-1, just suffered a loss to Andy Ruiz. He fought this guy. This is the only person that he lost to, a unified champion. And he also has Robert Helenius on his record. And this has been in a very busy span of the past 2 years. So you have to understand where I'm coming from to basically understand where I'm going with this vlog when I'm speaking on Dillan Whyte, the opposition, the things that he's saying about Deontay Wilder. And the fact still remains, Deontay Wilder was supposedly running back a Luis Ortiz matchup when you find out that that wasn't even inked because he wanted to dodge AJ. And, you know, he's supposedly fighting Tyson Fury and that wasn't inked as well. And Dillan Whyte is about to do some shit like this. Oscar Kaboom Rivas, a fucking straight killer. This guy is a very dangerous fighter. And, I mean, Dillan Whyte could really fucking lose this fight. I mean, he really could lose. And, I mean, I'm betting on him considering all he's been through, but he could really lose this fucking fight. Now, I don't even care if you're fucking just a casual boxing fan who just breezes by a couple of boxing matches every now and then, but you just got a little bit of knowledge. Just like people know who Michael Jordan is and they don't got to watch fucking basketball every weekend. Or LeBron James, you know. But my thing is this. You have to know that when Dillan Whyte gets his hand on Deontay Wilder, and will is a fucking thing that you cannot stop, so I say when, or I should just say if and when, because hypothetically speaking, we don't know what's going to happen here. But he's determined and he's driven. So I believe he will do it when he gets his hand on Deontay Wilder. Do you believe Deontay Wilder honestly stands a chance at beating him, fighting the guys that I just shown you he's fighting? Because Deontay Wilder's about to do this again. And nobody wants to see this. So that just furthers the point that everything Dillan Whyte is saying is absolutely correct. I don't have one argument with it. I completely understand. And in fact, I'm in full agreement with him, because one thing that I do believe in and I stand my foot firm on is the facts. And my ladies and gentlemen, here's 100% speaking the facts. So of course, I'm riding with Dillan Whyte's perspective, because he doesn't pull no punches on the truth. And, you know what I'm saying, Deontay Wilder is kind of pathetic, bro, because I genuinely want you to do better. I want you to take on other opposition, because I believe that with your awkward street fighter style, people don't know how to gauge you. You got a lot of will and you got a lot of heart. But you ain't putting it on the line, man, with the people you fighting, man. So I just got to do this.
Move this man!
And I will continue to
Move this man!
until he gives us as fight fans absolutely something to hold on to. And that, fight fans, is something that I don't think that he has ever done, quite frankly. So that's all I got for you guys today, man. Dillan Whyte, I'm rocking with you. And as we always say before we close out, it costs you nothing to pay a nigga no mind. Just wanted to say sorry for the past couple days. I know I ain't dropped no videos. You know what I'm saying? The kid be busy, man. Life happens. You know what I mean? But we getting shit back in perspective. And it just got my creative juices flowing a little bit. Pause. So, hey, man, this is where we at. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Pop, pop. You know what it is. Two hands.